Hello everyone. Good morning to all. Welcome you all in this session. I hope you all are fine and doing well. So please confirm me, am I audible and visible? Quickly confirm me those who are watching the session. Let me check. Yes, I hope everything is good. So yes. So what we are going to discuss today is, today is the demo session of your paper ABM for all in one crash and cracker batch. So in this batch, you will be getting the benefits of two batches. One is the crash batch and the next is cracker batch. So just a minute. Yes. So in crash batch, we will revise all our concepts, so revision of all concepts, and in cracker batch, we will be doing MCQs. So in this single all-in-one batch, you will be getting the benefits of both revision plus MCQs. So crash batches, around 25 to 30 classes will be provided to you, and in these classes, we will revise the whole ABM. So ABM, it will take around 32 classes to complete to do the proper revision of all the concepts starting from your module A to module D. And in Cracker Batch, whatever we have revised, we will be practicing more and more questions related to all the relevant topics. So this is our today's our demo class, and in this class, we'll discussing the overview of the syllabus, then the pattern of exam, then some questions also, so that you can get an idea that how we'll help you in practicing more and more questions. Now, so those are watching me for the very first time, either on YouTube or on paid classes. My full name is Saloni Gupta, and in English medium, in all of the paid classes, I'm taking paper ABM, ABFM, and one elective paper. So in elective, I'm taking Central Bank. So those who have opted elective paper as central banking as elective paper, so they can watch the section. Now, so I hope you all know about the pattern, examination pattern, that is online mode is there, either in English or in Hindi, you can give the exam. The questions, 100 questions will be there, and every question will carry 1 mark. Nature of question is MCQs, that is entirely objective question, and till now there is no negative marking. And for every paper, you will be given 2 hours. So these are our all 5 papers. 4 papers are compulsory and one is elective paper. And in elective paper, you are provided 5 options. First is IT and digital banking. Second is HRM. Third is rural banking. Then central banking. And last is risk management. So these are the 5 options that are provided to you, and you have to choose one option according to your convenience. And for every paper, 2 hours time will be provided. The most important slide, that is all about your examination dates. So your registration, it starts from 2nd September and it has already closed on 22nd of September. So I hope you all have registered yourself. Then first exam will be on your 30th November ABM. 1 week time is given for your BFM. Again, 1 week time is given for your ABFM. But you have to keep in mind that between your BRBL and ABFM paper, there is no time gap. So you have to prepare this paper parallelly among all papers. And in elective, again, 1 week time is given. 1 week time is sufficient for your elective paper for doing the revision. Now, so we know that in every paper there are 4 modules. Now, in ABM, okay, in module A is entirely a practical module, and the theoretical questions will be asked from the practical questions only. Now, module B, it is entirely theoretical, entirely theory module. Module C is the mixture of theory also, conceptual questions also, plus the numericals part also. And again, module D is entirely theoretical. So you can see that there are 2 modules which is entirely theoretical and 2 modules which is the composition of both theory as well as the practical question. And do remember that the modules which are entirely theoretical, there are high chances that most questions will be asked in the form of case study. So case study pattern is very much famous for the theoretical part of theoretical chapters or theoretical topics. Now, so again, 9 units are there in module 8 statistics, and module 8 statistics. This module will take a JSR. Rest all the three modules I'm going to take. That is module B, C, and D in ABM. Now, next is all about module B, HRM. So it is a theoretical module. It will tell you how to manage your company, how to manage your human resource, how to manage other elements of the company. Then fundamentals, development. So again, it consists of 7 units in HRM, and we will revise each and every topic that is more important for your exam. Because crash batch is for revision batch. So those who have already studied in their foundation batch, those who have already completed their syllabus, so they can revise in this batch, in crash batch. Then next we have module C, credit management. So it is all about managing your credit, managing your loan. So how banks, how they manage loan, how they do loan appraisal, after loan appraisal, how they do disbursement, how they do credit control and monitoring. See, all these are what? These are in sequence. So first you will do the appraisal of the term loans. After appraisal, you will provide credit. You will deliver credit through STP process to your borrowers. After delivering the credit, after providing them the credit, then it's the duty of the bank to monitor the credit also, to see that whether they are using the money for the same purpose or not. Then we have risk also in managing funds, in managing loans. So how you can cope up with those risks, how you can minimize those risks. Next is if the how to recover the money. If borrower has done any kind of default, then the bank has three courses of action to recover their money. And from these also, if bank are unable to recover their money, then bank will use the last step, that is IBC 2016. So Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code 2016. Then module D is all about your compliances. So compliances means what? The certain rules and regulations that RBI has made, and all the banks, they have to implement those rules and regulations. They have to follow those rules and regulations. So whether it is of a banking department, whether it is of audit department, whether it is of any kind of risk department. So every department, the compliances has to follow. So again, in this also we have 7 units. So more and more units are in your module A and in your module C. So these are the units which you have to study in every module. Now, what are the types of questions that you may see in your exam? So we have different type patterns of question. First will be your direct question. Now, what is your direct question? Question is given to you and its 4 options are given to you, and you have to find the correct option. That is simple direct question. Now, statement-based questions are what? Statement-based questions are of 2 types of statement-based questions are there. Like statement 1 is given, statement 2, statement 3, statement 4. And then in the option it is asked that 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3 are correct, 2 and 3 are correct, 4 and 1 are correct, only 3 are correct, none of the statements are correct, or all of the statements are correct. So this is the statement-based question. Now, another type of statement-based question is your assertion and reasoning. So assertion is given to you and its explanation is given to you. First, you have to check that are these 2 statements correct. First, you have to check this. If yes, this is correct. Now, next step, you have to check are these 2 statements related to each other. If they are related to each other, then it means the reasoning is correctly explaining your assertion. If these are not related to each other, it means the reasoning is not correctly explaining the assertion. So these are the statement-based questions. Now, next we have case study questions. Now, what are the case study questions? Suppose a paragraph is given to you, okay, 6, 7, 8 line paragraph, sometimes 3, 4 line paragraph is given. And on the basis of this paragraph, questions are put into your exam. One question, it's 4 option. Again, next question, it's option. So this is case study. You have to read, you have to, in-depth reading is there of this case study, and accordingly you have to mark the correct answer. And without option questions are those questions where no options are provided to you. Why no options are provided to you? See, like match the following is there. Okay, then fill in the blanks is there, then true false questions are there. So in this no option is there, you have to write true false, or if there some types of questions are there, the numerical questions where also no option is given. So you, with the help of virtual keyboard is there, you have to put the numerical, you have to put the figures over here. So that is without option questions. Then tell me any doubt to anyone so far, either in paid classes or on YouTube. So in both the uh, parallelly, the classes are happening on YouTube also and on paid classes. So if you have, meanwhile, if you are having any doubt, you can ask. Yes, done. Should I move forward now? No confusion is there. Now, next is if I say about the priority of the modules. Now, what are the priority? See, it's not that every time you will be seeing more questions from module A, more questions from module B. No. In some cycle, the more questions will be from module B. In some cycle, more questions will be from module A. So in December 2024, more questions were from module B. In December 2025, more questions were from modules. So we can say that module B, then module A, then C and D. So this is what this C B C. It can rotate sometimes B, sometimes C, sometimes B, sometimes C, like this. Okay, so this is the priority of your modules. Now, next, what is the benefit of crash and cracker patch? So in crash patch, we will be revising all our concepts. So revision of all important and relevant concepts. All right. Now in cracker, what we are doing in cracker, we are practicing more and more questions. So practice of questions and also revising its concept. So here we are practicing more and more questions in 1 hour, and in crash the revision of all important topics. Now in crash around 25 to 30 classes will be there, and in these classes we'll try to revise all our whole paper ABM, either ABM, ABFM, BRBL or BFM. And in cracker batch around again 20 to 25 classes will be scheduled for your MCQs, for your practicing of your questions. So in these classes, we are completing our whole syllabus once again. Already we have completed. This is the second time we are revising and we are practicing questions. All right. Now, if I can show you, I hope this is visible. Now, if you will see this crash and cracker, okay, see, now in this crash and cracker batch, just a minute. Okay. All right. So yes, this is what we are going to discuss in that crash and cracker batch. Now, so let's have few questions so that you can get the better understanding that what we'll do in our crash batch and what we'll do in our cracker batch. Now, so in cracker batch, we're doing the questions. Already the crash batch demo is there, so you can watch the demo of the crash batch. This is the demo of your all-in-one. In crash batch, the revision of concept, and in cracker batch, practicing of more questions. Let's do some questions. So this is the question of module B. Now, which of the following best describes the Maslow's hierarchy of need theory? Anyone? Those who know the answer? Maslow's hierarchy of need theory given by whom? That is Abraham Maslow. Abraham Maslow has given this theory, and Abraham Maslow has given this theory in 5 stages, starting from basic to complex. Now, what Maslow says that human needs are hierarchical. They have to be achieved only once the previous level of need is satisfied. So, human needs are hierarchical, with higher level needs only becoming important once they have satisfied their lower level needs. So, in Maslow hierarchy theory, 5 stages are given. So, once you have completed your lower level of need, once you have achieved your lower level of need, then only you are motivated to achieve your higher level of need. That is what the Maslow hierarchy theory is. All right. Now, next question. Question number 2. Mr. Verma is the HR director in big IT consulting company. Now, he has just prepared a note. So, he is an what? He is an HR director in an IT consulting company. And he has prepared the note, and in that note, all the details were written on the skills. Now, what are the skills required for the position of project manager, a new project of Singapore? So a Singapore project, in that the one person has to be appointed for that, for handling that project. So we need to hire what? Project manager, for the position of project manager. Now, what are the skills required for this position, project manager? So he has listed educational qualification, experience required, and so on. Now, which of the among all these types of different jobs, now which job specifies the skills? Tell me. Job specification, description, evaluation, or none of the above. Okay, you are asking what's the weightage of numerical. See, if you talk about module A, that is of statistics, so 70% chances are there that 70% numerical questions will be asked from this, and 30% the theory. Okay, so you can expect out of 25 marks, you can expect that 15 to 18 marks of the questions were of numericals in your statistics portion. And in your module C, that is again the mixture of theory plus numericals. So you can expect about 7 to 8 marks of the numerical questions. Okay, from your module C. Yes? Okay, now, so I hope this is clear to you, the numerical part. So altogether, out of your 100 marks of the paper, the 30, 30 to 30 to 35 marks, you can expect numerical question, and rest will be the conceptual question. So now in case study also, there are two types of case study. One is the full numerical case study, and one is the full theoretical case study. Like last time, the practical case study was asked from your module C, that is letters of credit. So it was of 5 marks, and rest of the numericals were asked from your statistics. So we can assume that from 30 to 35 marks, you can have your numerical questions. Okay, now the answer of this question is job specification. So specification talks about the skills. Specification talks about the skills. Then description talks about the job role, job title. It talks about the job, everything related to job, and job specification, everything related to candidate. Now, job evaluation is what? It is finding the relative worth of job. Means what actually the job is providing to you, the relative worth. Is that job worthy for you or not? So job evaluation is finding the value, and according to that, you will decide the compensation. If that job is a prestigious job, okay, highly professional job, then the salary will also be determined in that way. So to find the relative worth of job, we need to decide the, after this, we need to decide the fair and compensation to offer to your employees. Now, next is Question number three. So every module B, C, D, I'm taking. So every module will do four questions so that you can also get an idea that what type of questions we're going to discuss in our cracker batch. Now, so Dash and those who are watching on the YouTube, so on paid, fine, but on the YouTube, those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe the channel. Dash is a structured interview technique that is used to collect information about past behavior. Now, this question, if I say from which topic this question is asked, it is asked from your behaviorally event interview. Okay, now this is a type of interview conducted to analyze your past behavior. Now the interviewer will not going to ask you the general questions that from what you have done, okay, in the previous company, or what was the salary, what you are expecting, what are your skills, what are your qualification. No, the interview will ask you that if you have faced any kind of problematic situation in your past company, if yes, then how you have reacted over there, to check your skills, to check your mental capability, to check your emotional capability. So the dash is a structured interview technique that is used to collect information about past behavior of the candidate so that the interviewer can predict about the future behavior. So by seeing your past behavior, by analyzing your past activities, the interviewer can also predict that yes, if this person has done this in the past, then might be in the future this person can also perform well. So that is all about behavioral events interview. Now, so it is a type of interview used in HR recruitment. Like instead of asking general questions, are you a good leader? Can you handle this work? What are your skills? The interview will ask to describe your real situations in your from your past. That how you have reacted over there. If you have faced any kind of difficult circumstances, difficult situations, then what were your response that time? So that they can make the prediction for your future behavior. Like interviewer asks question, tell me about the time you handled a conflict in your team. Give me an example when you have solved a difficult problem, or describe a situation when the tight deadline was there and you have not completed that deadline. So how you have reacted, how you have managed that situation. So it's answer telling a real story, not a story. So what you have already faced, that thing you will describe in front of the interviewer, and the interviewer will judge you on the basis of your past experience. And this. Now, when the interviewer has asked the question from the candidate, the candidate will answer using STAR method. This is very important method in behaviorally event interview. Now, what is STAR? S stands for situation, T stands for task, A stands for action, and R stands for result. Now, situation is what was the situation that time? So, you will tell your situation, you will describe it briefly. Then, what task you have done to handle that situation, to manage that situation. So it asks to motivate the team and get the project back on track. Then how you have taken the action, how you have completed that task, what activities you have done for the achievement of those tasks. So you will say that I have divided the work into small tasks so that it becomes easy for everyone to understand. Then everyone should know their roles and responsibilities well. And we also have conducted daily meetings to check our progress. And result is we have completed the project in 2 days before the deadline. So this is the answer given by the candidate to the interview. So this is all about behavioral event interview. Any doubt? Those are watching in paid as well as those who are watching on YouTube. All right, clear? Now, next is what that is next question number 4. The model normally used to teach children is known as dash, and the model normally used for teaching adult is known as dash. So the model that normally used to teach children is known as pedagogy, and to teach adult is known as andragogy. Now, what is pedagogy and what is andragogy? So pedagogy is teaching the small kids or teaching the small children. And andragogy is A stands for andragogy. It means teaching adult, the teenager. All right. So option A is the correct answer. Pedagogy and andragogy. Now this is not gagy. This is andragogy. Now, so what is pedagogy? In pedagogy, if you are teaching to a very small kid like LKG, UKG, nursery, 1, 2 class students, then that is called pedagogy. In pedagogy, the learner, that is learner means what? The student is completely dependent on their teacher. Why? What the teacher will say, if teacher will teach A stands for apple, then the kid will learn A for apple only, not A for ant. If teacher says that B stands for ball, okay, not B for B is not for boy, then the kid will learn B for boy. So that is what the kid is, the students, the learners are completely dependent on their teacher. That is why they are known as dependent learners. Now, here teacher decides what to teach, what to learn, how to learn, and students they learn in that way only. Learning is subject centered means whatever is given in your book, you have to read that only. The teacher will help you to read that. That is subject centered. So here we can say subject centered also and teacher centered also. Because the controlling power is on the teacher. And the role of teacher is very active. Now, andragogy is what when you are teaching to a higher level of students, like 8, 9 class students, 10, 11, 12 students, if you are teaching, so that is called andragogy. So, andragogy refers to when you're teaching adult, when you're teaching the teenagers. So, here the learners are independent because they know very well what is good for them, what is not good for them. If they are in class 11th and 12th, so they know that which subject to choose. Okay, what is my field where I have to go in future. So focus is on self-directed. They will try to solve their own problem. So here also teacher, the students are dependent on the teacher, but not that much. They are dependent just if they have any issue or if they find any difficulty. So role of teacher is again, it plays the passive role and teacher plays the role of facilitator. Teacher will only give you the guidance, rest the work you have to do. Teacher will show you the roadmap or roadway and you only have to walk. Now, next is what the heutagogy. So, in heutagogy, you are now the independent learner. Independent learners means you are allowed to choose what to do, when to do, how to do. This is what heutagogy. So, it means when you are like when you're doing PhD or when you are researcher, like you are preparing for your CAIIB exam. So this is what in this you are independent. You know what is good, what is bad for you. There is the self motivation comes from inside. We don't have to motivate you. You know that yes, this is exam is important for you. That is why you are preparing for this exam and you will clear this exam. So here again the learners are independent, they are self-directed, they are self-motivated. So here teacher is not focusing on the students they know it very well what they have to do in future. Okay, so the role of teacher is passive in pedagogy also, and the role of teacher is very active in pedagogy. So this question can also ask that in which model the role of teacher is very active or very passive: pedagogy, andragogy, pedagogy. Now, so these are the types of questions we'll do in our module B in Cracker batch. Now let's have few questions of module C also, all about credit management. Question is which statement or statements best describe the role of rectification, restructuring, and recovery? Rectification means what? To do corrections. That is what the rectification means. And restructuring means when something is structured again. Like when the borrower has done the default and bank is giving some more time that okay, I'm giving you some more time to repay the money or I'm decreasing the interest rate. So the rate was 10%. Now you have to give me loan at the rate of 9% only. So that is what the restructuring. And recovery means when bank take the help of debt recovery tribunals, then SARFAESI, different act and law to recover their money. That is what recovery. Now you have to find which statement is correct or which statement is not correct. So correct statement you have to find among these three statements. So if you will see, restructuring, it involves rescheduling interest. Yes, you reschedule interest. You uh, cut down the interest from 10 to 9% or 10 to 8%, so that at least at the rate of 8% I should recover my money. Or you give more time period for stress asset. Yes, this is correct. Now, rectification refers to enforcing collateral without formal notice. No. What we have seen in rectification, rectification means to do corrections. So bank will give the chance to the borrower that okay, you have not repaid your money since last month. So repay your money the last month also, and let's regularize your account. Now do your regular payments. So that is rectification. Bank will give the chance to make corrections to make corrections. The borrower can make can cannot make the mistakes again. So this is wrong. Here we don't impose any kind of collateral without giving the notice to the borrower. Now recovery means taking legal action. Yes. Compromise settlement. Yes. So 1 and 3 are correct. Option B. Clear? Just a minute. Option A, 1 and 3. 1 and 3 is an option A. Now, next two statements are given to you, statement 1 and statement 2. Now, what statement 1 says? Priority sector lending is a mandate by RBI requiring banks to allocate portion. Yes. Now, what is priority sector lending? PSLC. What happens? Bank, they only provide loans to those sectors from where they can expect more profits, or where the risk is very less. Okay, where the you can say the checking and all these things. Okay, the information gaining, these are very less. So bank, they provide loans to that sectors only, and they ignore the loans to the sectors which are underbanked, or which are underserved sectors. So that is why RBI has said that some sectors will be kept under the priority sectors. Now, these sectors will be, as said, priority sectors to whom the bank has to mandatorily provide the loans. So, it is a mandate by RBI. Correct. Now, PSL sectors are chosen because they already have easy access. So, if they would have easy access to credit, then why they would have come under PSL sector? Just think, they are not getting the access of credit of loan like rural areas, agriculture areas, that education department. That is why RBI has said that these sectors will be kept under PSL. So, this statement is wrong. So, statement 1 is correct and 2 is incorrect. So option C is the correct answer. Done. Now, next question. So let's do one practical question also now. This is the numerical question. What the question says: a company has net worth of 5 lakh. Okay. Term liabilities 10 lakh. Now, what are term liabilities? Long-term liabilities that are for more than a year. For more than 1 year. Now, fixed assets 16 lakh, current assets 25 lakh. Now, no tangible, intangible assets are there, or non-current assets are also not there. Now, non-current assets means whose the assets, the value is of more than a year, means 1 year. So, current assets are those assets whose value can be regained within the less 1 year or less than that, but non-current assets, it is 1 year or more than that. Who will give you the which those assets which give you the value of more than 1 year. Now, you have to find the net working capital. Now, first, what is the formula of net working capital? See, if simply gross working capital is written, it means it is your current assets. If net working capital is there, it means current assets minus current liabilities. So, you should know what are your current assets. Current asset is given, but no current liabilities are given. So, first you have to find the current liabilities, and then you have to find net working capital. Now, how to find? We know that in balance sheet, two sides are there, liabilities and capital, and here is assets. Now, so what is the net worth? Net worth is given 5 lakh, means capital is around 5 lakh. Term liabilities, long term liabilities are how much? It is 10 lakh. Fixed assets, Fixed assets is a part of assets 16 lakh. Current assets is also 25 lakh. Now no more information is given. Now do the total. So 6, 5, 11, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. This is 41 lakh. Now, if this is 41 lakh, then the in balance sheet we have to tally both the sides. So this should also be 41 lakh. Now, so we know that the capital is 5 and the liabilities are 10. So total is how much? That is 41 lakh. Now, whatever the balancing figure will come, that will become your current liabilities. So what is the balancing figure? 41 minus 15. That is 26. So 26 lakh is what? This is your current liabilities. Now what is asking in the question? Calculate net working capital. Net working capital is current assets minus current liabilities. So current asset is 25 lakh minus current liabilities is 26 lakh. Now what is the answer? Minus 1 lakh. So no minus value is given, but 1 lakh is given. It means this is your net working capital. It is negative working capital. When current liabilities are more than current asset, it is positive working capital. When current liabilities is less than current assets are less than current liabilities, it is negative working capital. Done. So this is what the 1 lakh is the answer. Any doubt to anyone in this question? So this is how we're going to solve some numerical questions in this batch. Now, next question is about the debt equity ratio of a firm 1.9 is to 1 in the previous year, and it is 2.7 is to 1. Now, how the change could have happened? See, what the question is saying, debt equity ratio means debt upon equity, means what is the composition of debt in your company? What is the composition of equity in your company? So debt equity ratio is what? So if you are having more debt in your company, it means the company is not a healthy company. Okay, if you have debt means what? Debt means a loan. You have taken more loan from the company, it means the company is not healthy. So debt equity ratio, it was 1.9 is to 1. Then it increased to 2.7 is to 1. It means what? Your equity is same. The value of equity is 1, but your debt is increasing. It is increasing from 1.9 to 2.7. So it means that you have taken more loan in the company. And how the change could have happened? Like suppose you have suffered the loss is suffered, so that you have taken more loan. Additional term loans you have taken. You have not done the payment of your interest on long-term liabilities, then the debt equity ratio rises, or all of the above. So all the above statements are correct in this case. So this is how your debt will increase. Like if you have suffered a loss in your company, then you will take more loan to cover those losses, or to set off your long-term liabilities, you will take more loan. So this is how you will increase debt in your company. And if your debt is increases, means the company is not that much healthy. Okay, so these are the few questions of module C. Now let's do the few questions of module D. Last module D. Now, question number 9. 3 questions are there in module D. 2 statements are given to you. Module D is all about your compliances in bank, compliances in NBFC, rules, guidelines, then uh, the implementation of all the policies. All this we have to study in our module D. Now, statement 1 and statement 2, 2 statements are there. Now, what is the statement? It is the topic of Chief Compliance Officer, that is CCO. So, every bank have to implement the Chief Compliance Officer, so that this officer can check the compliances in the bank, can check the employees in the bank, they are following the rules or not. The banks are following the compliances or not. So, minimum fixed tenure for CCO is 3 years. Yes, correct. If you will read this topic, you will understand that yes, the 3 years is the minimum criteria. Now, CCO can be removed also, can be transferred also before completion of tenure, only in exceptional cases. So, if the CCO is transferring or removing before 3 years, it can happen, but only in exceptional circumstances. And with that, you have to take the approval of board. That too, with the approval of board, it is allowed. So both the statements are, sorry, this was saying both the statements are correct. Option A. Clear? Now, so this is some roles and responsibilities of Chief Compliance Officer. So what is the tenure? That is not less than 3 years. And transfer of removal of CCO can be transferred, removed before completion of only in exceptional cases. Now, question number 10, statement 1 and statement 2, it is all about your risk. So in bank, different risk is there: compliance risk, operational risk, annihilation risk, interest risk, currency risk, inflation risk. So one is compliance risk also. Now, what is compliance risk? It refers to when any kind of legal or regulatory sanctions are not followed, if there is any financial loss or negative publicity is there, the negative impact of any bank is there, that all will bring what? Compliance risk. Yes, correct. It may suffer as a result of failure to comply with laws, regulation, code of conduct. Now, second statement says compliance risk is only considered with operational errors. Is it so? In compliance risk, if we have seen that all these things are included, then how it is only concerned with operational errors? No. It does not include regulatory breaches. No, it includes regulatory breaches. So this statement is incorrect. So statement 1 is correct and 2 is incorrect. That is option C. Clear? Now, next question is of question number 11, that is related to vigilance. Now, first, let's understand what is vigilance in bank. So we know that in bank there are many activities take place. So some of the activities are of illegal also, illegal activities, fraudulent activities. So vigilance in bank, these refers to the process and measures that are taken to prevent the fraud, to detect the fraud, to address the fraud, and if there is any misconduct in the banking system, to find that the root cause of that misconduct. It ensures transparency, accountability, and ethical practices. Now we have different types of vigilance in bank. So preventive vigilance is there, detective is there, punitive is there. Now preventive means you are taking preventive measures before something is happening. You know that this fraud will going to happen in future. So before that you are taking the action. That is called preventive. Detective means already the fraud has taken place and you identifying the frauds, you are finding the irregularities through monitoring and controlling measures. That is detective. And punitive is what? When you are taking action against that person who has done the fraud. So taking disciplinary or legal action against individual. So these are three different types of fraud. Now, what the question was asking? Preventive vigilance is mainly reactive in nature. No, it is not reactive. It is proactive in nature. Proactive means you are you are taking actions before something is happening. That is called proactive. Reactive means when it has already taken place, after that you are taking the action. It is after action. It is before anything happens, you are taking the action. So the statement is wrong. Now, detective vigilance is proactive, mean to stop frauds before they happen. Yes. So this statement is also what? It is incorrect. Detective vigilance is not proactive, it is reactive. Clear? Now, punitive vigilance is corrective and involves punishment after wrongdoing. Yes, punitive vigilance is once you have identified the person, once you have know who has done this fraud, you are taking action on that person, against that person. So that is punitive vigilance. So statement 3 is correct. Done. Okay, so answer B is correct. So preventive is proactive, detective is, see, P stands for preventive, pre stands for proactive, and rest is detective, so reactive. Okay, so these are the different questions that we'll do in our crash and cracker batch. So right now the offer is also prevailing, that is flat 60% off, the highest offer so far on all your CIB and CIB subscription plans. So do enroll in our crash and cracker batch all in one batch. This is the offer of the sharer, ends on 3rd of October. And how you can get the offer, how you can apply for this flat 60% off by using the code FEST. Now, so this is CIB 2025. If you are targeting your November-December paper, all in one combo is there where we are discussing the crash and cracker batch. Crash is for revision purpose and cracker batch is for practicing MCQs. So do in this section. Aishwarya ma'am will take your BFM. Ajay sir will take your ABM module A, BRBL, and I will take two paper. First is ABFM, all the modules, and in ABM, module C, module D, and module B. Done. So this is this is entirely in English. 100 revision sessions will be there, practice sessions will be there, mock tests will be there, and high level of MCQs with case study format questions. Case study, statement based question, every type of question we are discussing in our cracker batch. So do enroll in this batch. So that's all for today. I hope you all have enjoyed the session. Those who are watching on either on YouTube or on paid classes, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. I'm waiting for 1 minute and then we'll conclude this session. Okay, you are asking module A of ABM. Okay, I'll convey your message to Ajay sir. And we have, see, in coming, not this week, means not in next week, in next week there is one mini marathon session of ABM module A. So Ajay sir will take this entire module. So it will start after your crash batch gets end. So I guess on from after 25 October it will start. Okay, I will convey you the exact date, but after 25th October it will start. So till 25th October we are ending our crash batch. Yes, any more questions? Okay, and those who are watching this session on paid classes, especially for them, so all the whenever the class gets over, either on YouTube or in paid classes, the PDF will be uploaded for you. Okay, so you all can download and go through the PDF. Then if you have any doubt, you can ask, you can put all your queries on the community tab while uh, you can tag any educator for asking the question. And if you have any doubt on YouTube, then the comment section is open for you. You can put your all queries and all your doubts in the comment section. So if you feel sessions are helpful to you, then you can like the session on YouTube also and you can give the rating on paid classes. Okay, so let's meet you in our cracker batch. Already the crash batch is going. So if you want, you can enroll in our crash batch also. It's right now it's going. We have completed one module in both the ABM and ABFM papers. The second module is yet to. Okay, thank you all for watching this session. Let's meet you in another session. Till then, take care, everyone. Enjoy your day. Okay, happy Dussehra to all of you. Let's meet you next session. Bye bye, everyone.